Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. My channel is for marriage-minded men. I've been talking about trust, like what is trust? How do I know I can trust my Filipina girlfriend? I married a Filipina in 2015. How can I tell that my Filipina can trust me? And now, kind of similar to that, I'm going to talk about how long should it take for a Filipina to trust you, the foreigner. If you're interested in somebody from the Philippines, so please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea and get notifications. Leave a comment if you will. So how long should it take a Filipina to trust you? She could reverse the question, and probably has, even if without realizing it. She only knows what you tell her, what you reveal. She doesn't know your friends. She only knows what you tell her about your past relationships, if you even offer that. It's a whole nother topic. She isn't likely going to ask you what you've learned from past mistakes in relationships, although I think that's a fair question. In most cases for immigration, it is the Filipina, I think, who is making the daring move very far away to a strange country with, by and large, still a stranger, relatively speaking. She has been forewarned what could happen as far as mistreatment and what her options are for help when she goes to another country. When my wife told me that her conference for Filipinos overseas, that's what I'm calling it, from what I remember, taught her, initially I was a little upset because it sounded like they were trying to set us up to fail by talking about all the bad stuff that could happen, even what to do if it did. Now, if the man she is chatting with in messages and on camera refuses to stop chatting with Filipinas, other women, she isn't going to trust him. That might not make sense to you, but that is the way it typically works over there. She doesn't want him talking with other Filipinas while he's talking to her. Filipinas, is that correct? I guess my wife was bold when she said she wanted us to both not entertain others and focus on each other. And this was only on day 5 of either on my relationship with her or my relationship with a dating site. Excuse me. I was pretty early. I would have not thought that about suggesting that to her, that we just kind of focus on each other. I trust myself. I know myself better than she did. And if we hit it off, I didn't see any reason to keep trying to connect with other Filipinas. But if she wanted to talk to other guys, I guess I assumed she was being contacted by other men. But quickly she put a stop to that. I told her I would do that for her, but I didn't do it right away. After maybe a week or so, I told her that I messaged the other women I was chatting with, which is 4 or 5, to tell them I was going to focus on this particular person, my wife, to be. And that's what she wanted. And all of the Filipinas I talked to said they understood, and that was the right thing to do. Nobody was upset with me. Excuse me, I'm trying to talk here without breathing here, otherwise I'll cough. And so she wanted me to just go steady, so to speak, with her. And I told her, well, I just joined here and spent a lot of money, and I wanted to chat with others. But she told me, well, that's fine, but you won't be chatting with me. That is just like her. And she hasn't changed. What she was doing was testing me, probably, to see if I was going to be a player looking overseas for a woman, if I truly was ready to settle down and focus on her. She wanted to separate the pretenders from the contenders right away. And she hid her profile after that, and I did not hide mine, but I only talked with her from that point on, no one else. This was on Christian Filipina, by the way, and there's an affiliate link in the description box. Now, things I did that helped her trust me. I assume my wife trusted me before we married, and would say she trusts me today, perhaps more fully, simply because it takes time, and over time, I've shown her that she can think of me as reliable. She can have confidence. She can feel safe with me physically and emotionally. I reinforce that consistently by being gentle with her and the way I give her non-sexual touch. It shows her I care about her emotionally. It makes a big difference to a Filipina to be able to talk about the future with her husband. If nothing else, that assures her that he has a plan, which helps her trust him. I want her to know that I am very invested and interested in our future and hers. My wife doesn't tolerate a lot of numbers and can get frustrated when I talk about money for this, money for that, and what we will need for the future, because she tends to think, more closer to the present. But she gets the idea that I'm in it for the long term because I talk to her about the long term in practical ways. She can trust me more because when we were dating and married, all I could do was talk to her about our future. But since we have been married a while, 10 years now, she has seen up close and personal that I'm trying to give her the future she wants and needs. If my wife had a degree of distrust, or maybe I should call it a lack of tangible proof of trust before we got married, she surely knows now that she probably has nothing to worry about from now on. I think I've spent the first 10 years of our marriage building on the trust that she had when we got married. I can also say my wife has spent those years by building my trust with the type of wife she has been. Something my wife revealed to me was that she felt better about us getting married after doing a Skype with my pastor. She offered to do the Skype. It was her idea. And I remember my pastor coming in probably 6 in the morning on a Saturday morning, which would have been evening in the Philippines. He chatted with my wife for about 40 minutes while I just meandered around the apartment that we had at the time. And he had never done anything like that before, and I have to laugh, remembering him telling her that she types so fast. I can still remember her striking those keys with vigor and excitement. When they concluded, he gave me his approval of our relationship. And I've consulted him, over the years for his advice to be a good husband. This was the first time for him, hopefully not the last. Later, she met with my mother and aunt on Skype, first for them. Now, am I suggesting you do something similar? Yes, I sure am, because that will help her to trust you. Let me know if you've done something like that. The webcam with my pastor was a watershed moment for her and for us. She said that after doing that, she was comfortable with me, a synonym for trust. I do try to earn her trust, whether it's by conscious effort or not. Perhaps she does the same. If I admit that trust takes time, that doesn't mean that all of the time, all of that time should be before getting married. I think it comes down to having a certain amount of comfort level with each other, admitting that you don't know much really about each other and won't for some time down the road. And that's okay, because you have the trust you need for now. Please think of comments to ask as we near the end of this part about trust. Marrying anyone from the other side of the world, especially as quickly as we did, is going to test our ability to trust. I will talk more about trust in an upcoming video. That one will be about, can you trust anyone, let alone a Filipina far away. So stay tuned for that one here on Love Beyond the Sea.